guys, Lunatex here. I just wanted to share, because I did write a note on the other raid build video about what I would do in a cleave situation or anything where there is more than one target. I did write that the day after posting the video, so I just want to make sure that people are aware if they are not already aware of how that works. But that is actually a build that does seem a lot higher on everything that is not purely single target. So that's what I'm gonna play on everything that isn't purely single target. And what I would suggest, there might be other variations to that as well, but this is the thing that I'm thinking, and I'm going to show you. I did test it on Mythic Vault of the Incarnates yesterday, so I just wanted to show you guys what that looks like, or what that looked like if you haven't played with the Starweaver before, or if you're wondering if it's even viable now with the new change. I'm here to say yes, it is still viable. Now I haven't tried it with a new moon thing, but I would probably think that we're gonna do Fury of Elune. Like, if you wanna min-max, if you wanna like go hardcore min-max, you're gonna go with Fury of Elune regardless of the other differences in your spec, I would think. But you know, it's a taste thing, and if you're really having fun with the new moon stuff and everything, then go ahead, just go with that. It is actually seeming, I do believe it is seeming stronger. Anyways, it depends on the situation. I'm not completely sure where that would be the strongest in what type of situation. Because I'm gonna be honest, I haven't played with that much. It is stronger this time around than it used to be, so maybe that'll come, but for now I would go with Fury of Elune. But yeah, here I'm going with the Cleave build, Starweaver, Starfall and Ethereal Kindling instead of the pure single target. Actually thought this was a heroic raid, but then right here I realized, oh shit, this is mythic. So here is something coming up that I want to talk about a little bit, the movement aspect of playing with Starweaver. It is more mobile than playing with Rattle of the Stars. There are ways to get around that by pooling your AP, but you can still do that with this build anyways, and you are still going to have more ability to do damage while you are moving when you are playing Starweaver. So here you can see a lot of lava between me and where the rest of the raid is starting to move towards. The boss is being pulled away from me, and there's a lake of lava in between. Not very good, right? You can see the ring of my Starfall. They're inside everything right now, but they're almost out of range, everything. So I have to do something now, because I don't want to be in a situation where I have to dash or just run around a lake of lava without being able to do any damage. That is extremely inefficient. I need to do something now. So you will see I'm gonna start to pull a little bit of AP. I'm gonna get a proc from Full Moon, which is gonna give me a lot of AP. I'm gonna start casting Star Surge, and then you will see I'm getting the procs from the Starweaver, which allows me to keep running and casting on global cooldown. And you can also see here my Fury of Elune has 11 seconds left, and I will be able to cast that and actually get into a better position without having any downtime. And that is one of the things that you can do with Starweaver, which is harder. I won't say it's impossible with the Rattle build, it is possible, but just harder to pull off. But here I'm realizing this. I'm like, okay, I'm screwed. So I start to pull some AP, right? And then I move, moon, and then I'm getting procs. You see how much AP I got there? And then I use the Warrior of Elune. Now there's not a lake of lava. I can pull some more AP and then start using spenders, moving closer to the boss while I am using my spenders. The best time to move as a Moonkin is when you're using your spenders. That's the most effective way to do it, because it's your most powerful spells and they're also instant cast. So you're not losing any damage, and you can just run while you're doing it, right? Because you don't have to cast. Did I use? I used solar beam. I don't know why. Well, I guess you can interrupt those things, but anyways. But as you can see, like, I was falling behind on the damage. I do fall behind and dip down on the pure single target moments here where there are no adds and no elementals, right? And it's not like I'm targeting the elementals here, they're just passively being damaged by my Starfall, which sometimes even puts Viewer's Rage Feather on. Now you see one of the adds here actually has Sunfire on it too, but that's only because I renewed my Sunfire on the boss, and that ad was close, so it got hit. It's not because I tried to pad on purpose. Now this is looking a lot better, not optimal but better. This is a very nice scenario, like all of the mobs are being pulled together with the boss into a small area. It's great, and we can actually do some pumping. So you see, I'm in that situation. I bumped up a little bit in the damage. I mean, yeah, we're still like pretty bad at single target. Actually. I don't think Blizzard understands why, or I don't know what they're thinking, because what they said was that they wanted to move our power away from the 4-piece, which is what that yeah, for sure they did that. But that they wanted to boost our single target damage, and they are doing that, but I don't think they understand that they're boosting our single target on both of the abilities. Like on the Star Surge is okay, because you still have the Star Surge that you can actually cast, but the Friend of the Faith thing, like they need to increase its spawn rate. Like it's okay in a bigger AoE situation, because it triggers from the ticks of your dots, and the more dots you have up at the same time, the higher the chance it is for it to trigger. That makes perfect sense. But it's too low in a single target boss fight, I think. And what they're doing instead is now they're increasing its damage and increasing the percentage of the damage it buffs you with, which is just gonna make it, like, it's gonna make it feel better when you have them up. Yeah, but it's also gonna make it feel even worse when you don't. I just think that's a bad like, personally as a Moonkin, I think that's just bad design. There are a lot of people who disagree with that, but that's okay. Like, everyone is you know, everybody has the right to have their own opinion, and you know, people have their own opinions and their own likes and dislikes. Personally, for me, I don't like that type of design. Because now you're gonna have a guardian mob spawning that will, you know, buff you by 10% for 20 seconds when it's up, which is something you can't control. I don't know. I don't like that type of design. I mean, they're trying to buff it so much that it's actually gonna be mandatory. It is kind of mandatory already with the 8% damage and stuff, but they're buffing it more. Which in a sense I guess it's good, because they already have made those changes and choices to the point where you actually have to take it. You have to take it in raid. There's no choice there. You have to take it, because it's just too much. If you want to do any relevant single target damage at all, you have to take it. I just wish they could have done something else. Like either make Friend of the Fae and then a Sense of the Dream into one talent, a 1 point talent, where you put 1 point and you get that. For 1 point it's pretty good, it would be good, but now it's 2 talents and you have to spend 2 points. That I guess would be one change that would make it feel better. You know, that's what I would do. This is some trash, blah blah blah. So I just wanted to show you also, lastly, we didn't kill Council on Mythic, which was kind of sad. Well, actually, let's watch these as well, just so you can see some of the burst here. But yeah, people were failing a lot, so we did put pulls, and then I was like. But just so you can see the damage here. Like burst damage, we're pretty, you know, strong. Still. Which is good. Our burst window is powerful. Blood feeds the earth. Smell. But yeah, you really wanna like go in con on pull and then just work your ass off to go from pulsar to pulsar. In a way, you know, it's like I see some likenesses with different specs. Like in a way, with the pulsar thing, that's kind of like the combust with mage. It's not the same, I understand that, but very basically, in a very basic way, it kind of is. And then you have, it's kind of like, you know, it's weird. It also has some similarities with Warlock, at least destruction. Because you have the spending system instead of crits, like the farm mage. Anyways, okay, let's see. Let's go straight to the pool. Alright, here we go. Sorry for taking up so much of your time, but I do hope that you appreciate or at least enjoy. If you appreciate it or not, it's none of my business, but it obviously that's nice. But I hope that you're actually getting something out of this. This is me basically just showing that there are options. You don't have to religiously play with the other raid build that I was showing. Now it does do better in pure patchwork style single target fights. Yes, it does. But in everything else where there are add cleaves or more than one target in a raid scenario, this does better on sims and in-game playing with it, at least for me, with my gear. So I would still advise you to make both of these build and then sim your character to see, because it depends on your power level. It can sway one way or the other, right? Complicated math. Like back in the day, you could basically do that math yourself. Now you need to have a degree to do it, which is why we have sims. Because ain't nobody have time for that. Like if you're gonna do those calculations yourself, bro. I mean, if I had the skills, which I don't, but if I did, you would have to pay me, because I wouldn't have time to go and do a normal job. Yeah, people are going nuts with the fire there. I was lucky, we did have a little bit left. So yeah, you can see it's doing pretty well here. This spec with the Starweaver, Starfall and Ethereal Kindling. You have no problem with your dots, they will always be up, because in a situation like this you are switching your Star Surge. I mean, in a single target situation, your filler is Wrath. This is basic stuff, but your filler is Wrath, and your priority spender is Star Surge. In this situation, your rotation is exactly the same, but you are going into Lunar Eclipse instead, and your spender you are using is Star Fire, and sorry, your filler is Starfire. And this prioritized spender is Starfall. Otherwise it's also the same with the procs in Starweaver. You are starting with your Starfall, and when you get the proc, like I did right there, you are sending your Star Surges because they are free, and then if you can you go back to Starfall and you go back and forth when you get procs. So you are getting like a nice AoE playstyle, but you also have priority damage with your procs. It's not a lot. It's not a lot more, but because in a situation like this your Star Search is not gonna be on top of your details, because the only time you use it is when you get a proc. But damage is damage. So yeah, there's another pull in here, but it's basically the same. So yeah, that's basically it. And so you have the single target spec right here. As you can see, the only difference here is that you have Rattle, you have Nature's Balance, and Warrior of Elune. Pure single target build. I do believe that this kind of also up in the air a little bit. There's a discussion going on what is stronger than the other and blah blah blah, as far as I can tell. Like now, I'm not deep in the backstage, like behind the scenes Moonkin theory crafting world. Not at all. So, you know, those guys are pretty insane. Like in the good way. But yeah, this is the cleave build running, so Starweaver, Ethereal Kindling, Starfall instead. Otherwise everything is exactly the same. So yeah, I hope that that was informative and useful for you guys. Some things to keep in note, like in pure single target I will go with the Warrior of Elune single target setup with Rattle on pure single target, like the first boss of the raid, for example, the dragon thing, for sure. But everything else where there are overlapping mobs or cleave ads or anything like that, I would go with Star Weaver for sure. Yeah, that's basically it. If you have any questions or anything like that, don't hesitate to leave a comment. If you like this type of videos and you want to see more of it, and just drop a like, or if you feel like following, I would definitely appreciate it. But yeah, that's obviously up to you guys. I'm still gonna make content, and hopefully I can improve it to the point where it's more accessible, or yeah, we will see. I'm excited. It's a new journey for me to do this type of thing, so we'll see how that goes. But now you have two options here, just so you feel like, don't have to feel like you're stuck in the Warrior of Elune Rattle build for all eternity. You are not. There are options, right? Peace.